We here, y'all. We live. First and foremost, man, make sure to follow my social media, that Young Joe. Follow and subscribe to my Twitch and my YouTube gaming channels, Joe Be Gaming. Yo, I am exhausted. Uh, yeah, I am. I'm tired. So yeah, we're late. We've been late. Work is kind of sort of just eating. It's eating too much. Uh, and yeah, your boy is tired. I'm real life tired. So I'm not playing any video games tonight. I'm just gonna watch, a review on John Wick. Uh, watch a review on John Wick 4. They said this was a good review, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. So yeah, I'm definitely about to check it out and see what's going on. Mm-hmm. Hold on. What in the world? Hey yo, who live with me right now?
Alrighty, folks, we are here to review John Wick 4. Yes, John Wick 4. This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. I wanted to love it. I wanted to love it so bad. I really wanted to love it because John Wick 1 is great, and John Wick 2 is great, and John Wick 3 is less great, and John Wick 4, nope. I know, I'm going to piss off the internet now, but prepare yourself. We're going to go through this in detail. There will be many spoilers. So, just telling you, if you haven't seen it or if you intend on seeing it, this is not going to be the review for you because I'm just going to say a bunch of stuff that happens in the movie now. Because in order to understand why this movie did not work for me, I actually have to say those things. So let's begin with the first point here. This movie is 2 hours and 49 minutes long. 2 hours and 49 minutes long. Return of the King was 3 hours and 20 minutes long. The entire Wagnerian ring cycle is not nearly as long as this movie. It'd be one thing if the movie were just chock full of plot, if there's a lot happening, but there really isn't. It basically was just the director of the film decided that he was in love with the action sequences. And let me tell you, the cinematographer and the choreographer, those are the guys who earned their money on this film, because every fight scene is 20 minutes.
People remember heartwarming ads, so bundle and save with Liberty Mutual.
Well, I hate these ads, man.
Every fight scene should have been about 6 minutes. And listen, I love me a good radical, violent John Wick killing a bunch of people scene. I mean, that's great. I really enjoyed the first 2 movies and a half. But these scenes go on forever. And the body count at a certain point actually gets numbing because there's so much of it. John Wick will be in a scene and he'll take out the first 5 guys. You're like, I really like how he took out those guys. And then we'll go on for another 10 minutes with him just taking out faceless guys using very close to identical moves. And it stops being amusing at a certain point and just starts to get monotonous. Okay, so we're going to try to break down this review into 4 particular areas. Area 1, plot problems that I have with the movie. Area 2, logistical problems that I have, just things I couldn't overlook in terms of suspension of disbelief. 3, the action itself. And 4, character problems. So let's start with the plot. If you don't know the John Wick story, 1 is about John Wick being a former assassin, like the greatest assassin on planet Earth. He has a dog given to him by his late wife. The dog is killed by son of a Russian mafioso. He takes revenge, kills everybody. So movie 2 is about world building. He is now dragged into a broader conspiracy by people he kind of owes from this world, in the world of The Table. The Table is the grand overarching scheme by which very powerful people essentially run all of global politics, and they have a system of assassins who work for them. Movie 3 it's kind of him against the world because he has killed a member of The Table, and it's how does he navigate all of that. By the end of movie 3, you have now been set up with the problem for movie 4. He's apparently been quasi-betrayed, but not really kind of betrayed, by Winston, played by Deadwood Guy. Movie 3 ends with the Bowery King, played by Lawrence Fishburne, picking his body up off the street and being like, "Are you angry?" And John Wick being like, "Yeah." Which is like legitimately 52% of all of Keanu Reeves' dialogue in the John Wick series, which is fine. It's what you're here for. You're here to watch John Wick say, "Yeah," and kill people. That's what you're here for. Now, it's him versus The Table, right? He's going to take down the entire structure. He's going to, Daenerys Targaryen style, break the wheel. That's where we are. He proceeds to spend all of movie 4 not taking down the table. Not taking down the table. He says at the beginning he's going to take down the table. He kills an elder of the table, and then he proceeds not to take down anyone else from the table. It turns out that the big baddie in this movie is the Marquis de Gramont. Now, we know that he's really bad because he dresses incredibly well. He drinks sweet espresso, and he shoots the assistant to Winston, Chiron, right? Who unfortunately in real life just passed away. It's a really sad story, but in the movie, he shoots that guy. That's how we know he's bad. We know he's real bad. Now, why is he worse than anyone else in the films? I don't know. Winston seems like not an amazing guy. Like, all these people work for an actual assassin's cartel, and they murder people for a living. So the Marquis de Gramont, he lacks as a sort of big baddie villain. And by the way, he has no actual skill set. We never actually see him in battle. We never actually see that he's like amazing at killing people. We never see any of that stuff. It feels like when they wrote the plots of this movie, they knew what the plot was supposed to be, and so there are a bunch of references in the movie to the plot, and they just didn't get to them. So what I mean by that is there's a scene, for example, where the Marquis is sitting inside the Louvre, and he's looking at a very famous painting from the French Revolution of Lady Liberty, who is charging up out of a battle. And it's supposed to be like, oh, this is going to be like the French Revolution. It's going to be like the people taking down the table. But they don't do it. They don't do it. Nothing in the movie deals with the table. The plot then makes no sense. Plot problem number 1. The entire crux of the film relies on John Wick buying his freedom by challenging the Marquis to a duel. Now, why that would work in the rules of the table, not really explained, because this is a really stupid rule. Why would he be able to basically buy himself a get-out-of-jail-free card by murder challenging somebody? Like, he's a murderer. That would be a really stupid way for the table to have a rule. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But here's the problem. The person who informs him of this rule that would allow him to get back in with the table and buy his freedom is Winston. You know who John Wick has known since literally the beginning of the series, apparently, is Winston. You know who could have told him this in movie 2 after he killed a member of the table? Winston. You know who didn't tell him that? Winston. True. So none of that makes any sense. Then you get to the actual plot. He kills the elder in the desert. Then he proceeds to go to Osaka, Japan. Why is he there? Does anyone know? Really, like Bueller. Why is he there? Is he there for weapons? No, he doesn't pick up any weapons. Is he there to get advice from Shimazu? Nope. Shimazu provides him no advice. Is he there to put together some sort of plan? Nope. He's just there. And coincidentally, everybody from the Marquise's place is also there to take down John Wick. And so we have about a 35-minute, really, really long battle scene that has no actual purpose other than to have Shimazu die, which is really only set up so that you can have like a post-credit little scene with Shimazu's daughter and set up maybe the future of the franchise beyond John Wick. Like that entire sequence is completely useless. You could have just had John Wick start the movie by going to New York and finding out from Winston that he can fight the duel. The entire Osaka sequence is completely irrelevant. Utterly, completely irrelevant. Okay, then the idea is that he has to go to Berlin and he has to beg, borrow, and steal his way into a family, and he has to obtain the tooth of Fat Bastard, and he brings it to the family. The family sponsors him for the duel.
From beat making to songwriting, FL Studio delivers fast results. Each version of Image Line's Premiere Production DAW includes a massive range of instruments and effects, making it one of the quickest routes.
And then he goes to Paris. And then we get an entire sequence of events where the Marquis apparently wants the duel to be the next morning because he wants to unleash his assassins on John Wick and kill John Wick before they even get to the next morning. And a notice goes out via the Marquis that everybody should go kill John Wick. So we're back to movies 2 and 3, because there's a lot of this in movies 2 and 3. So John Wick then goes underground to literally the subway. The Bowery King has made his way over to Paris. For some reason, the Bowery King, who has access to a boat, like a really nice boat, and can take him through the canals of Paris, can only let him off in like the very center of Paris, a substantial distance from where he needs to be at sunrise. And he doesn't do this like 15 minutes before sunrise. He does it like 2 hours before sunrise, giving everyone their chance to kill John Wick. Now, I understand, listen, this is all just an excuse to see John Wick kill people in cool ways. I get it. But, you know, plots are supposed to have some sort of substance to them. Okay, finally, they get to the end of the movie, and he gets to this duel. He's not going to be dueling the Marquis. He's going to be dueling Kane, Donnie Yen. They fire a couple of shots at each other. Kane finally shoots him enough to kill him, and John Wick falls down and apparently cannot fire any longer, at which point the Marquis grabs the gun and excuses Kane and forgives him, and Kane is back in with the table and all the rest, at which point John Wick has not fired his final shot and he just kills the Marquis. And that's perfectly legal because he still had one shot left and the Marquis has stepped back in to deliver the coup de grace. Was this part of the plan? Was this an accident? How would you foresee that the Marquis would do such a thing? And also, if this was part of the plan, why would John Wick allow himself to be shot to death rather than simply, faking being shot to death, since he is shot twice before he is shot the third time? Okay, and then John Wick dies without having taken down the table, but having taken down a rather oddly effeminate French noble. And that's the end of the movie. Now, again, I don't think John Wick is actually dead. I think that entire conversation is meant to leave a way out. Is he in heaven? Is he in hell? And then they all laugh. Ha, 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 ha. So probably he's still alive somewhere. Maybe that's John Wick 5. Maybe John Wick 5 is that it's going to be a big team up of everybody to take down the table. And that might justify part 4, but if part 4 is supposed to be the conclusion, then again, the entire plot is driven wrong. Well, folks, the entire table is keeping its eye on John Wick, but what if there was somebody out there keeping their eye on you? Somebody who kept a log of every single thing you did, every minute of the day. Creepy, right? What if I told you that's exactly what happens every time you go online? Your ISP is tracking and logging every single website you've ever visited. They can legally sell that information to anyone. That's why I always use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN reroutes your internet connection through their secure servers so your ISP can't track your online activity. You might be wondering, if I'm routing all my data through a VPN, can't that VPN log my data instead? That does happen, but not in the case of ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is the only VPN I trust because they use trusted server technology. That makes it impossible for their VPN servers to store data. They even had one of the biggest assurance firms, PricewaterhouseCoopers, audit their technology so you know you can trust it. Stop letting people keep the logs of what you do online. Visit expressvpn.com/BenYT. That's expressvpn.com/BenYT. Get 3 extra months for free. expressvpn.com/BenYT. Protect yourself the way you should with expressvpn.com/BenYT. Get 3 extra months free today. Okay, then let's get to some logistics. The entire German sequence makes no logistical sense. He goes to this weird nightclub in Berlin to meet with Fat Bastard, a.k.a. Killa, a.k.a. Kingpin. Fat Guy then proceeds to spend an entirely too long time explaining that he is bad and does bad things and is mean and is bad. He doesn't just kill John Wick for a reason no one can discern. Like when John Wick walks in, why doesn't he just shoot him in the head? In the scene where he fights Killa, we learn a couple things. One, Killa is sweating profusely while sitting behind the desk, literally just dealing cards. Second, he can't move amazing, right? Like when he's running away from John Wick, he's very slow. to the point where John Wick can actually like throw things at him and hit him in the back repeatedly. And yet he is also an unbelievably powerful fighter. In fact, he does more damage to John Wick than anyone else in the film by a pretty fair margin. They have a giant battle in which John Wick and Killa go at it. They're shooting each other. They're smacking each other. John Wick axes about 27 people in the head in that scene. Like literally takes axes and hits people in the head in the scene. In the middle of a rave in Berlin with thousands of people dancing and people staring directly at him, hitting people in the head with axes. And apparently the dance is just too important because no matter where they went, they never stopped the dance. They just had to keep dancing forever. Here's where it really starts to go off the rails. Killa tosses him off a 50, 60-foot height. And he hits a barrier on the way down. Boom. And then he hits the floor. Boom. That guy is super paralyzed. He is not just a little paralyzed, like super paralyzed. And we know that because we've already seen people earlier in the film fall down heights and die. Like fall down staircases and be dead. But apparently that doesn't apply to John Wick. He falls down. He gets right back up. He is totally fine. Not only is he fine, he fights Killa. And in fact, Killa dies by falling from a great height. So apparently the laws of gravity do not apply to John Wick. That is only one of two major falls that John Wick takes in this film that do not kill him. He also, in a later scene, jumps out of a fourth-story window and lands on a car, denting the roof of the car by like a foot, like full-on denting the roof of the car, and then down to the ground, totally fine. Then he gets thrown down a flight of 200 stairs. At this point, by the way, people in my theater were laughing. They're actively laughing out loud. When he gets thrown down the stairs and he rolls down for like 45 seconds, just rolling down the stairs, he gets up, and Kane says to him, "Let's go." And he's like, "Okay." And it basically becomes Wile E. Coyote after a certain point. Like he's just falling off cliffs. And he's like, and then 5 seconds later, he's back up and at him. Apparently, totally fine. All is well. No problem whatsoever. He gets hit by like 8 cars. They play Frogger around the Arc de Triomphe. No problem. He's fine. Other people get hit by 1 car. They're dead. He's fine. Suspension of disbelief is a subjective thing. There are going to be people who watch this review and they're like, well, you know, you expect that John Wick could like run through 200 guys and just kill them all and be fine. Okay, yes, but there are certain rules to the universe that ought to apply. The rules ought to apply equally to everyone. In other words, if John Wick gets thrown off a 5th-story building and he is totally fine, and then another guy gets thrown off a 5th-story building and is dead, you need an explanation as to why this would be the case. He's wearing a bulletproof suit. Do you understand how useless a bulletproof suit is? Truly useless? Especially because later we find out that he does not have a bulletproof shirt. So I'd just like you to examine for a second the fact that here's how a suit works. The suit covers part of your chest and your arms. The deadliest place to be shot would be...
Okay. That's enough of that. Yeah, I get it. He's talking point. They're good. They're good. He has some of the same questions that I had when I went and saw it. He had some of the same stuff. Let me check out old boy. Look at some anime stuff, dog.
Oh nah, no wonder he took out 18 first. And I know you guys wanted to see the Trunks get back, but we gotta go over this violation. First off, Trunks was talking crazy. He talking about, I don't need to go back in the past. I can handle the Androgades on my own. And this man had the audacity to say, you know I'm a Super Saiyan, right? Like, okay, and Bulma was on him too. She said, so was Gohan, and he got cooked. So get your lame ass in the time machine and go help Goku. So they were arguing, and then the radio goes off. This man walks up to the radio listening in like he a vigilante. You are not Batman. So Trunks goes because he thinks he could win.
But
and when the Androgades were just about to leave, bro pulls up on some, where do you think you're going? And 18's like, boy, if you don't shut your weak ass up, goes up to him and hits him with the fade, sends this man flying. He crashes into the building, and then this man Trunks uses the weakest move ever. 18 just casually dodges it. That move is catching no one. Trunks throws a punch. I thought it hit her, but 18 grabs it. And then she proceeds to rock this man again. He gets sent flying and is like, you know what? I don't care if this is cheating. I'm using my sword. Come here. She dodges the first one, dodges the second one, and I'm like, oh nah, how are you gonna try to cheese with the sword and you still getting embarrassed? And her standing on the sword is a violation. He tried to hit her for the 3rd time after that, and she pulls one of the craziest dodges. Bro, look at that. Oh nah. 17 comes to jump in, but bro, look at him. He thinks he's the Flash. So bro runs in, tries to trip him and fails. And then Trunks tries to hit him with the sword, and then he misses. Has this man gotten one hit since he used that sword? Bro, put it down. And for the third time, he tries to hit him with the sword, and this man catches it and says, I see your point. Like, shut up, 17. No wonder Gohan got that last hit on 17 before he went out. He's annoying. Real quick, thanks for 16K. So last time he left off, we saw Trunks getting body while cheesing with the sword. And we all know that you need to put that shit down. That sword had no hits. He just like that one SoundCloud rapper from high school. He telling everybody he dropping a new song, then somebody airdrops him this meme. Oh nah, we can't even have dreams anymore. Anyways, Android 18 comes up to Trunks and hits this man with the Rasengan, sends that boy flying. His sword drops and then they key spam him. They must have thought his ass was gone. He not going out the key spam, he comes out the smoke swinging. He goes after 17 for that weak ass joke. That boy caught the mean fade, no lineup. And look at 18, she thought she was about to sneak a hit in. That boy Trunks was on that. Kicks her in the stomach and hits a home run with no bat. That shit was clean. And then he fires a key blast to end it off. But we all know that doesn't work. They even had a fake ass oh no expression. You would think that they were finished. Someone give them an Oscar. And look at Trunks, bro really thought he had it. Talking about some, I did it. Bro, did what? And the androids are evil. They come out the rubble and 17 talking about some, what exactly did you do with your weak ass? Trunks gets angry. He starts key blast spamming. That's how you know he's Vegeta's son. And to no one's surprise, that shit does not work. And you would think that after Trunks sees that it did no damage, that he wouldn't try that shit again. But no, this man 17 baits him and Trunks falls for it and does the same thing again. Why? At this point, I'm watching it like, yeah, just jumping, bro. Like, just jumping. And that's exactly what they did. 17 comes out the building and hits him with the mean backhand. Sends that boy Trunks flying in there. Slides right to 18 and she takes a penalty, gets him back for that home run. And this shit just turns into a horror game. Matter of fact, this is just a Dragon Ball The Breakers ad. Bro was just out there running. And Androgynous turned Trunks into a track star, had bro running. They turned this shit into a cliche cartoon. Trunks thought he was safe and then he turns around like,
damn, he really about to rock my shit.
So now they just got Trunks on the ground looking sorry and shit. And I know Vegeta rolling in his grave right now. This is just a violation. He going out sad. They boot his ass out the building and all of a sudden he's a Super Saiyan. I don't know what happened. But look at 18 though. You are not Michael Jordan. So 17 sends Trunks to go drown. They try to do him like Jiraiya, but he was not going out like that. He gets up out the water and this man 17's like, yeah, anyways, sit your weak ass down. Uses the key blast and had him laid out like a mattress. Oh, nah. Then he walks up to him and lifts him up with his shoe. Like, this is that villain shit I'm talking about. You have to be a certain type of person to do this shit. And what happens next is just sad. I know Vegeta's looking up at this mad as hell. Trunks gets up, throws punches, and that shit is just doing no damage, bro. And 18 was like, enough of that weak shit. Trips him and rocks him to a new stage where 17 is waiting. And this is just a vile combo right here. Like, have you ever seen some shit like this? So after they were done comboing Trunks, this man, 17, turns Trunks into a welcome mat, started wiping the bottom of his shoe on his face. 17 was about to end it. Then 18 comes in like, let me. See, that would have pissed me off, cause why are you fiending? Trunks definitely remembered that one when he came back. She set herself up to getting packed up by Trunks first. As we know, Trunks somehow survives that. And Bulma must be Wonder Woman or something, cause how does she even save Trunks? That man should have been under mad rocks like Obito, bro. But anyways, Trunks wakes up and is like, you know what? I want to go back and help Goku. The Androgynous really beat this man into making better decisions. I guess bullying works. Alright, it's finally time for the get back. I never seen someone look so innocent before absolutely violating. Just look at him waving like he not about to cook the Androgynous. Nah, who says Dragon Ball doesn't have good writing? They got Gohan suited up for the funeral. That's that foreshadowing, trust me. On the way back, we can see that Trunks has one thing on his mind: revenge. They done off Gohan, used his face as a doormat, and we can't forget how 18 fiend to end him. Yeah, it's over. So Trunks finally gets back and lands. And he runs inside the house to where Bulma is, and she starts inspecting him and she like, yep, we saved. So they were sitting and talking, and the radio goes off talking about how the Androgynous were out there attacking the city, destroying buildings and shit. And here goes Trunks thinking he's Superman. He gets up like, this has to stop. Throws away the jacket. Dun 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 dun, superhero head ass. He goes Super Saiyan and flies out. And look at this. And look at this. He has never flew like this in his life. I'm crying. Who does this man think he is? We see the androids on day 300,000 having control over the whole population, and they just still out here destroying buildings. They actually have to go. How are you not bored of this? That's what Trunks is here for. Look at 18 talking about, let me handle him first. Bro, you are not handling shit. She fires a ki blast. This man Trunks dodges it. And then he goes behind her and just rocks her. He like, shut your weak ass up. Mink.
Work in IT? Ever thought you could resolve tickets in seconds? Well, with OpenAI and ChatGPT integrated into a
She gets so mad as shit that she just got faded like that and goes straight after him. But she didn't know he a part of Weave Nation, starts dodging everything. He throws another punch, she catches it and gives her a knee. And hold up, y'all saw that? She trying to hit fadeaways in Dragon Ball. First the shoulder shrug, now this is crazy. You are not Jordan. And look at how Trunks is moving, bro. Swears he's in the edit. We get it, bro. You dodged it. It's finally time. He laid the fit out the night before for this one moment. 18 just got work. She looking at 17 like, let's jump his ass. It's been 14 plus years and the jumping has never failed them. Look at 17 smiling like this about to be light work. Listen 17, just because you were farming wins off of Puddlehan doesn't mean you about to farm wins off of Trunks. They go in and Trunks weaves 18 so bad he had her schmooving out the frame. Shorty is lost, give her a map. Then he dodges 17. He had bro tweaked. What is he looking at? Oh nah, that shit was vile. Look at this man 17. Brody smacked the evil out of him. And look at 18 with these weak ass ki blasts. This man Trunks didn't even bother dodging them. He just blocked all of them and went straight for her. Then he uses this crazy attack and booms her. Turns Shorty into straight crumbs. He had 17 like, oh nah. And then this man turns around like, square up. You're next. Goes straight after him. This man doesn't block, dodge, or anything. Just gets his shit cooked. And then this man Trunks does 80,000 flips. Nah, this man Trunks is trying to hit a clip on 17. Doing that many flips is egregious. But anything to slide for Han. Look at this man 17. You would think Trunks doing all these flips would give him time to run, leave, or something. But that kick got him laid out like a mattress. Bro is still slumped. But Trunks finally gets the last Sandriggity. And the world is finally saved. But there's one more person he gotta beat. So this man Trunks knows Cell is trying to hit a lick on him and take his time machine. He tells Momo to dip out. She wasn't listening at first, but she got the message. Cause once you see bro's face, that is a face of a man that is not about to get caught lacking. Momo's like, oh shit, he's serious. Runs inside. And Trunks is like, Cell, you're not low. I know you're there. He like, huh? And then we see the angle this man Cell is hiding at. And I'm like, bro, why is he peeking around the corner? Nothing is even covering him. He'd be better off standing on top of buildings like he's Batman. So Cell is like, damn, I guess you're not an easy lick. And Trunks is like, yeah, I guess I'm not. And Cell starts walking up, and Trunks is like, hold up, the Androggy's have been destroying buildings for no reason for years. We gonna have to relocate. He gets Cell up out of there, hits him with the stage change. And look at how Trunks is standing. He thinks he's him. So Cell and Trunks both power up. And Cell, still thinking it's about to be light, rushes in first, gets absolutely cooked, gets sent flying. Cell shoots a ki blast and Trunks is like, get that weak shit out of here. Then he hits Cell to the ground. And Cell just like, I should be cooking this man. This shit gotta be a fluke. Goes back in. But Cell should have just stayed where he was cause he just gets cooked. And we see that this man Cell just got fucked up. He trying to resist Vegeta's DNA and now hold his left arm. Cell for the third time tries to attack him. He uses his tail, but Trunks catches it and throws him up. And Cell's about to use an attack talking about some, why you little? But Trunks is not standing for that, bro. It's time for you to go. He pulls one of his best moves out of his bag, the Heat Dome attack. And this attack absolutely eviscerates Cell. He finally did it.
Yeah, this guy's funny.
Starting an online store is easier than you think. Let me show you how to quickly open one with Shopify.
Can't even lie, Mystic Gohan is tough, but the disrespect was crazy on both ends. First of all, this man Boo has 3 whole ops in front of him. Goten, Trunks, and Piccolo. And he decides to just sleep on them. Nah, thank God they give Piccolo a power up, cause getting snoozed on is crazy. They did that boy dirty, turned this man into a babysitter. Bro is just Vicky. She still ain't recovering from that Chip Skylark diss track. This man dropped 2 hit singles, Icky Vicky and My Shiny Teeth in Me, and we never seen that man again. But nah, peep how they were making this man Piccolo stress. This man falls asleep and the first thing Goten and Trunks do is run up to him. What are y'all doing? I have never seen Piccolo like this until this arc. They really changed him. Look at how this man Gohan pulls up, bruh. Look at the facial expression. This man is straight locked in. And look at how this man flies in. He has never done this shit in his life, bro. What is that? Oh nah, this man Boo is a hater. Cause why is bro so mad? All this man Gohan did was pull up. Maybe it was a little too clean though. Took his spotlight with it. But now it's time for these two to stand off. This shot was clean. They trying to sell tickets for the pay-per-view. I mess with it. But what is up with these tall ass villains? This man is 8'2". Send that boy to the league. I promise you he's a cheat code. But nah, this is where Gohan drops the hardest line ever. Majin Buu talking about some, you wanna fight me? And Mr. Gohan like, fight you? No. I want to kill you. That shit was music to my ears. Once I heard that, I was like, he finally overcame his PTSD. Saiyan Man is no more. This man Raccoon really kicked Ginyu Force mannerisms into Gohan. Like, what is this?
Hell no, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, witnessing that was something else. But our eyes have been cleansed. I knew it was over when Gohan took one step forward and then Boo took 2 steps back. That shit could never be me. Being that shook is crazy. That man Gohan really got that boy sweating.
Shook,
but maybe the fear is justified because he hits him with the sweeping kick and then he spins around and hits him with the back of his fist. Look at this man Gohan, bro. He swear he cold. But that hit to Boo is egregious. Got him looking like this. That is vile. So that shit had that man Boo leaning. But just look at this man Gohan, bro. Bro is not in the edit. Why is this man just staring? I actually had to count how long he was sitting.
Bro, what's good, man? Said, what's up, boy? Said, what's up, boy? Oh, not much, man. I'm just live, just chilling. I'm just live streaming. That's it, man. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy at all, man. Yeah, I thought I'm live streaming right now on my Twitch and everything. I ain't really playing no video games. I was just reacting to some videos I'm about to listen to. Get my ears wet a little bit with some music, with some of the stuff I've been working on. Finally got some time to do that. Work been, man, listen, work been dragging me, man. Between work and doing after work. Yeah, between doing like after work stuff and everything. Oh my God. It's kind of hard to get in and do some music. But as soon as I find that recipe and everything start really thoroughly clicking like I needed to, oh man, I am out. But yo, you want to hear some stuff? You want to hear some stuff that I've been working on? Well, I've been working on some hooks. I ain't did no verses to them yet. Let me know if you can hear that, because I know I got my mic volume and stuff up too. But just let me know if you can hear everything.
baby, you bad, what's up, baby, you got it up, baby, let's go turn up, baby, it's no runner up, baby, you bad, what's up, baby, you got it up, baby, let's go turn up, baby, it's no runner up, baby, you bad, what's up, baby, you got it up, baby, let's go turn up, baby, it's no runner up.
They don't want to listen to. Either versus they can't. Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. I be trying to. I try to be as diverse as I'm not trying to stay in the lane of trap stuff and everything. Like I like a whole genre, man. I want to be the complete package. That's how I look at it. And that's how I want like the industry to look at me, as a complete package. I want to be the one where they think, oh yeah, he's our money bag, but they can't afford it. That's where my mindset is. They're gonna have to pay me.
Let's go riding out, I'm riding my way.
What's my beat? You speaking worldwide? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go riding out, I'm riding my way. Pedal to the metal, ain't got time for no shit. Bitch, I am the greatest, no mistaking, don't play. Put some respect on my name, you got it okay. Let's go, I be riding out, they riding my way. Pedal to the metal, ain't got time for no shit. Bitch, I am the greatest, no mistaking, don't play. Put some respect on my name, you got it okay.
Okay, I ball, I get my cake up. No time for bitching, got the call. Straight to the majors, I got them itching, want the truth. So they call the dude, they like how I be stepping. Joke that now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, Bullet County, fucking legend. Let's go, we're wildin' out by mine. There's no mistake, you can't clone this. Can't stop the wave, I'm gon' shine. Respect the game, I run it. It's back to back to back to back. Imagine that, recognize I'm golden. Respect the name, I run the game, it's worldwide. Certified, I'm golden. Never let a hater take away my shine. I'm gonna rise to the top with my flag, better know that. One figure in the air, cause I know I'm here, my year, no cap, it's big fat. Got my foot up on the dope, joke world on go. Big stroke, do this with no doubt. Yeah, rev it up, yeah, go loud. Yeah, watch me, watch me, watch me.
Riding out, I'm riding my way. Pedal to the metal, ain't got time for no shit. Bitch, I am the greatest, no mistaking, don't play. Put some respect on my name, you got it okay. Let's go, I be riding out, they riding my way. Pedal to the metal, ain't got time for no shit. Bitch, I am the greatest, no mistaking, don't play.